Presently, millions of black people now reveres our oppressors and perceives ourselves as being our own worst enemies, in spite of a brutally horrific history of the contrary. This noted mindset among black people that clearly benefits the white society is far too widespread to be coincidental. It's not. It's never coincidental whenever the oppressed starts thinking exactly as their oppressors wants them to think. It's always by deliberate design whenever this happens. The collective aggressions of millions of black people have been deliberately shifted away from the white oppressive society and has been redirected against ourselves. And it has absolutely nothing to do with a silly slave syndrome myth. That silly myth presents what would in fact be the least effective method used for controlling generations of millions of people. It's absolutely not how true brainwashing is achieved. True brainwashing requires a system that is being constantly reinforced and reapplied upon the minds of a targeted population in order to remain effective. Don't reject facts in order to hold on to a silly slave syndrome myth. Doing so will keep you ignorant and mentally enslaved by your oppressors. To reverse engineer what has been done to our people, what has been done to us, we must gain a clear, concise, and accurate understanding of what was actually done to us. Because if our understandings of our collective condition are flawed, then all of our liberating strategies and remedies that stems from those misunderstandings will also be flawed. This is why those of us who know the truth must teach. African proverb. The truth does matter. In order to free our minds, the truth of our plight and collective condition is that black people have been deliberately socialized by the white society. Socialized is when the oppressors exploit their monopoly over information that are fed into the collective minds of the oppressed by feeding the oppressed disinformation that manipulates the oppressed to think and behave in ways that are beneficial to our oppressors. More specifically, it's when the oppressors manipulates the minds of the oppressed to think in ways that are against our own self-interest and instead in ways that serves and protects the interests of the oppressors. The socializing of the oppressed is possible because regardless of how intelligent people are,